Isn't it popping so well? So yes, these are my cute pop-up boxes card, and yes, you can have your messages, you can have your special notes or anything on the top of it. And here is my pop-up cute box, and let us start making this in today's video. And yes, of course, I have mentioned all the supplies linked down in the video description box. Also, I am going to speak about all the measurements I have done, and in the video description box also, of course, I'm mentioning all the sizes and dimensions. So let's get popping started. So this is a cardstock. The size of this cardstock is 17 centimeters by 21 centimeters. Okay, so here all the measurements are going to be in centimeters so that it is easier for you guys. Now first I'm going to take my scoring tool and I'm going to take my scale. Now first we are going to measure and score at the margin of 1 centimeter on the longest side. Then we are going to leave a gap of 7 centimeters, and then again we are going to score at 7 centimeters, then again 1 centimeters, then again 1 centimeter. Now horizontally we are going to do it with 7 centimeters and 7 centimeters. Now let me mark this with a pencil so that it is easier for you all. Now this distance is 7 centimeters. Whatever the measurements I'm writing, it is going to be in centimeters only. Then this is 1 centimeter. This is 1 centimeter. I'm just putting up a small margin so that you guys know that which area is how much size. Then again this is going to be 7 centimeters, and the last one is going to be 1 centimeter. Okay, so this is how my measurements are going to be. Now here it is pretty simple. This is, of course, you guys know 7 centimeters, 7 centimeters, 7 centimeters. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to mark and make up the margins whatever we have to cut. Now for this one, I'm going to put up a line here just for my folding. Then we are going to pull it up till here. Okay, then bring this up till here. We need to make a latch to join our pages. Okay, we'll repeat the same here, and now we are going to join these lines. Okay, so these are the portions which we are going to use. Now here we are going to diagonally join these lines, this part and this part. Okay, now here we need to score again, so we are just going to make a nice dotted line here. We are going to repeat the same here. This is going to be our dotted line. Okay, now we are going to cut this up. So this is the margin, then this is the margin, so the moment you draw your lines, it is super easy to know that where you have to cut. Now whichever is the dotted line, we don't have to cut that at all. So just be careful about it. Okay, so here our portion is done. Now we are going to fold this along all the lines. Okay, this part and this part. So likewise we have two pieces. Now we need our pattern papers. So now here are our pattern papers, and now we are going to stick it. Now before sticking the pattern paper, make sure you stick your both the portions. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to have our adhesive on one of the flaps. Okay, now be assured that you stick your base really well. Okay, and stick it properly. Now just in case if you want to make sure that you are sticking it in a straight line, fold it in half and then you can stick it. Okay, both the ways it is absolutely fine. The main thing is to stick our flaps together. That's more important. Okay, so can you see this? Now this looks like a one big piece of art. Okay, now here I am going to use my pattern papers. Now whenever you are using your pattern papers, you need to see the flow. Like for this one, I know that my box is going to be like this. Okay, now if I show you this box, how the pattern is going, like this is my bottom parts are having my pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat the same process. So first I'm going to have my adhesive here. Okay, I'll stick my pattern paper here. Now we are going to repeat the same pattern. So I am going to have my adhesive, and like I said, we are going to follow the pattern. So I'm having it from this part. Now again we are going to repeat the same process. Have your adhesive and stick it. And last but not the least, of course, all the sides needs to have this beautiful pattern papers. Now these are from Massive. Do check that. I'm putting up all the supplies link in the video description box. Okay, now one of the most important thing, which is very difficult to do with your punches, because this portion is really small. So what you can do is just mark it with your pencil where you want to have the holes. Now when you see the box, do you see these big gaps? No, because those are sliding inside it. So what we are going to do is, with our scoring tool, we are going to make a nice hole here. Try to make it as bigger as you can. With the punches it is a little difficult because you will get a very big hole, then that might make your page a little weaker. So try to use these kind of scoring tools. I'll mention all the supplies link in the video description box. Third and fourth. Now what we need to do is we need to fold this flap inside like this. Now can you see any of the border here? No, it is looking like just one sheet. Okay, so in the similar way we have to pull this paper inside and join these two. Now how we have to join these two? Not with any of the adhesives but the elastic. So here I have taken a very nice long elastic. I'm going to cut this in two halves and bring it upside down with the same tool. I know this is such a versatile tool. I'm going to pierce this inside. And now we are going to tie a knot here. So when you see the from the back side, it is just going to close up. You will see that very soon. Now we need to take this to this part. again here also we are going to tie a knot. So 2 knots are compulsory, otherwise it is just going to open up, and definitely we won't want this to open up, otherwise the pop-up feel is going to just go away. So now what we are going to do is, now we need to stick it. See how elastic and how beautiful it is. Now first we are going to stick this part. So we are going to first close this as a box. And this is done. And we need to press this really well. Okay, and since we are sticking this one, before that, in fact while doing that, what we need to do is we need to fold this along the line. So this is how the dotted part has to be folded. Okay, just starting at the edge point and press it well, and done. Now we need to do the same for this area also. If you want, you can use your scoring tool, otherwise it's easier in this way also. Okay, so here we are done with the folding part. Okay, so this is how it is going to go inside. Now if this is my flap, the folded flap, this is going to stick here. Okay, and this one is going to get sticked here. So what we are going to do is, first we are going to have our adhesives on both the sides. Okay, 1, 2. Then hold it like this so that it is easier for you, and then on this side. Forward and this part. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this inside and stick it. I'm going to pull this inside and stick it. Then we are going to repeat the same process on the back side. So you just need to make it like a nice cube. Okay, and done. So once we are done with this, you just need to make sure that you have pulled this inside. Then you have to fold it in half. How to do that? See, this is how it is going to be. And here my box is ready. Now the moment you press this up, it pops out. So here I have already done like 2 boxes, and isn't it cute? So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Do let me know in the comment section your feedback, and I will be more than happy to know. And yes, whatever the supplies I have used, I have already mentioned that in the video description box. Do check that.